And hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Ruel Gaviola. So happy to have you here today. It is a Monday, December 22nd, which for some of us means it's time to shop. And I want to do this last minute game shopping episode for those of you who, like me, are waiting till the last minute to finish their holiday shopping. I want to wish everyone a happy holiday season. Hello, Merry Christmas, Bing, IT Omar Hernandez, Mo Pop. Appreciate y'all stopping in. As you can see here, I've got games galore coming out of my pores. We are rearranging stuff in the house, and which means I'm rearranging stuff in the studio as well. So it's a little bit of a tight squeeze here today. But I hope you're doing well. B. Travis in the house. Hello. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to all. And so what I'm going to do today is actually I'm going to do this part here where we talk about last minute game ideas, shopping ideas. I'm going to talk about some, and I'd love to hear some of your suggestions as well. Just drop them in the comments. We'll bring those up. And also, as a little bonus, after we do this, I'll take a quick break, and then I'm going to do a top 5 list, which that's why I was running a little bit late today, maybe just a few minutes. I put together a top 5 games I'm going to play during the holidays. So these are the games that I literally have in my bag ready to take to my brother's house. That's where we're going this year, going to my brother's house, and we're going to celebrate Christmas there. Hernandez says, does not like the thought of last minute shopping. Yeah, normally I'm really good about this. Personally, I usually get my shopping done super early, but things happen. And for those of you who are stuck in a quandary like myself, we're going to give you some ideas. So, friends, if you have ideas for games, let us know your suggestions and comments, and I'll bring them up here. Bing says, wait, it's the last minute? For some of us, it is. Yeah, technically, we still have a couple of days, right? I was actually shopping with Michelle yesterday. We did a little shopping here in Southern California. We actually drove around different parts of Southern California to do a little shopping and eating, two of our favorite things to do when we're not gaming, of course. And we had a wonderful time. And if you are on Instagram, I posted a reel about one of our little adventures yesterday, which was really cool. Michelle and I went to the world's oldest McDonald's. It is here in Southern California, in Downey, California. So that's about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so east of Los Angeles, downtown LA, I think. Yeah, probably about 25 minutes or so. And it was the world's oldest McDonald's. It still looks like it did back in the 50s. Of course, they've refurbished it. It's one of those McDonald's that only has walk-up service. So it's like you don't even go inside a building. You are outside and you just walk up and you place your order. Now they do have an adjacent, I think, yeah, small seating area that's adjacent to, well, not even adjacent, it's next door. You walk like, 10 feet or whatever, and you can sit inside there. But what's really cool, it's an or a museum full of artifacts from McDonald's history. So the doors themselves to the little museum, those are the original doors from McDonald's University in, I think, Indiana or something. It might have been Indiana, or I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in the Midwest, but the original hamburger university for everyone, management or for franchisees who were training in the way of McDonald's that would go there. But they have that set of original doors. They have all kinds of, it's hilarious. You walk in and you just see things from throughout your childhood, McDonald's related. And Michelle and I got a kick out of that. Now that I'm thinking about it, they do have a drive-through as well. So you can walk up, place your order, or there is a drive-through around back that you can do. I don't know if the drive-through was part of the original building. We didn't do the drive-through. We just parked and took some pictures and looked at the museum stuff. But it was fun. If you're ever in Downey, California, Southern California, stop by. It's super easy to get to. It's right on the corner of Lakewood and, was it Lakewood? I forget the cross street, but it's right there on Lakewood and Downey. Really easy to get to. There's plenty of parking, and then you can get your food to go if you want. But B. Travis says the town I live in is the birthplace of the Big Mac. No way! Wow. I have a small, well, not really tie, but I have a similar story. I used to live in Santa Barbara. I went to school out there, UC Santa Barbara, go Gauchos. And the connected city to Santa Barbara, it's considered part of Santa Barbara, but its own city called Goleta. And that's actually where UC Santa Barbara is in, right next to Santa Barbara, Goleta. That it's a small suburb, and there is a McDonald's on Fairview and Hollister, I believe. That is the birthplace of the Egg McMuffin. Thanks to Mr. Herb Peterson. This gentleman created it in like 1972 or something like that. And, he introduced it at his franchise of McDonald's. The higher ups, he pitched it to them. They loved it, and it became a thing. So the Egg McMuffin in Goleta, California. Again, if you're ever in Central Coast, California, stop by that McDonald's to see some more history on McDonald's. I only learned that. It's funny because I lived in Santa Barbara for a few years while I was going to school, but I'd never known that was the birthplace of the Egg McMuffin until a friend of mine, she started working for corporate McDonald's, and she said, "Hey, Ruel, do you want to do some secret shopping for me?" I'm like, "Secret shopping?" So for like maybe a year, like once a month or something like that, I was a mystery shopper for McDonald's. So what I would do, McDonald's corporate was paying me to go to one of their restaurants throughout the Santa Barbara area, each one, and I would order food and then rank everything. So I'd rank, okay, how clean is the store? How clean are the bathrooms? How is the service? How is the food? Etc., etc. And I'd fill in these little reports. This was like, it was internet days, but it was like really old school, like, writing stuff down and then photocopying it, sending it to corporate. Oh, it was a fun job. But anyways, birthplace of the Egg McMuffin. D. Walls is in the house. Yes. The movie The Founder is a really good story about McDonald's and Ray Kroc. Yeah. Ray Kroc is, they have some stuff on him in the museum that we went to yesterday. He was also, I believe, there was some stuff with the San Diego Padres. He was the owner. The Kroc family was the owner of the Padres for many years. And The Founder is a great movie. Michael Keaton, really enjoyed it. And Ray Kroc is, I don't know if he's beloved by, I guess he's one of those, not controversial, but some people think of him one way, another way. It felt like, just based on the movie and some stories I've heard, it seemed like he took advantage of the original brothers, but he was the genius that came up with this automation, or not automation, but just, expanding it and so forth. Yeah, it's controversial figure. Thank you, D. Walls. Dark Satanica, happy Christmas Eve. Yes, we're getting close, friends. So last minute gift shopping. I'm going to throw on some games here. I'm just going to talk about them one by one. As you can see, I've got games everywhere. I'm in the process of moving stuff. So we are going to be talking about games that we can gift. Hopefully, now I did not look on any of these official sites or big e-retailers. I just wanted to recommend these games if you could find them. Again, please support your local game stores. Okay, so these are, excuse me, I think I have to get a cough drop here. Bing says, my top 5, Bid Euchre, Letters for Santa, Love Letter variant. I used to have that. I had that for a while. 12 Days, Codenames, Ito. For Solo, Terraforming Mars. Oh yeah, good stuff. You know what? I'm going to chop this up and put it on YouTube. So why don't I do a quick intro real quick? Hi, friends. Welcome to my list of last-minute game shopping. I am recording this live, so I've got the help of viewers right now, including Bing413, who says, my top 5 games for last-minute gifting during the holidays. Bid Euchre, Letters for Santa, a Love Letter variant, 12 Days, Codenames, Ito. And then for solo gaming, Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition, Rove, Spirit Island, Agropolis, and Kinfire Delve. Yeah, Kinfire Delve, I really like. This was, I'm going to bring this up here on screen. Was it Vainglory's Grotto? I think I did a video for that one. So why don't we take a look here at, oh, that's not it. That's another game. Ah, that's not it either. Why is this, there it is. The joys of streaming live, friends. Vainglory's Grotto is the first. I think they now have 3 games in this series. And it's a solo game. It's based on the Kinfire Delve world, and I really enjoy this one. You are rolling dice, but there's plenty of ways to mitigate the dice rolls and stuff. It's hand of management as well. Hey, there's Monique and Naveen. Why don't we take a look at their watch it play it? Oh, let me turn down the sound here. But as you can see here, you're delving into the dungeon, trying to get to like the ultimate boss, right? And you're going to use that cards are going to come up. You're going to level up. You are going to gain weapons to get through it. There's some dice rolling, but it's really the hand management part of it is terrific. I love this game, and I highly recommend it. Thanks to Bing for the recommendation. Continuing on here, let's see. Kev Meeple 2365 says, I bought Agent Avenue for my wife as a stocking stuffer. Oh, okay. I've not played this one. Avenue. Have I? Wait a second. No, I haven't. Okay. Agent Avenue. It's a 10-20 minute game. Okay, cool. Competitive card game combines bluffing, strategic set collection, and a race to uncover your opponent's identity. Very cool. I mean, you had me at Anthropomorphic World. I mean, I love these animals. Look at this. Sidekick, Daredevil, Codebreaker. How fun is that? Anthropomorphic animals, folks. I love them. I can't get enough of them. Is it a worn out theme or art? I say no. Give me all the anthropomorphic animals, starting with, or including this one, Agent Avenue. So this is a filler game, so I'd like to check this one out. Thank you, Kev Meeple, for the suggestion. B. Travis says, my wife is ordering the Grinch version of Flip 7. Yeah, so Flip 7, a classic, a modern classic. I mean, this one really took off 2 years ago at the end of, or was it last year? Oh, it was only last year, right? But yeah, tons of videos here. I know I've played on a couple of different channels, and these are it's such a great game. It's basically Blackjack or 21 for gamers. If you like that, just, hey, do you hit? Do you stand? Let's go to Maple University. There's Stella. There's cards 1 through 12, or 0 through 12, actually. The numbers tell you how many are in the deck, so 12 12s, 11 11s. And on your turn, you're just trying to, you either stand or you hit. As you hit, you're going to get one card, or, you ask the dealer to give you one card like that. You can either stop, or on your next turn, you stop and bank those points, or you hit and you flip over the card. If you ever get a card that's the same as a card that's already in front of you, you've busted, you score 0 points. Oh, there's a bust, 8 and 8. There are extra cards, some action cards that make it a little more dynamic. And I've already given away, I think, 2 copies of Flip 7. There's a hit modifier. There's a bunch of other stuff too. But I've given away this game, and I always bring it to the holiday parties now, or non-holiday parties. It's just good to have in your on-the-go gaming bag. And as B. Travis noted, the wife just ordered the Grinch version. There is a Grinch version now. That's a Walmart exclusive. There are other versions coming out. That's all I think I'm allowed. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. But I got a preview of not only the Grinch, but there are other editions of Flip 7 coming out. I got a preview of that at the OP recently, a few months ago. There's a big event there, and they invited us some content creators there, and that's all I can say. But really excited. You give me all the Flip 7s. I love this game. Okay, let's continue on. Again, these are suggestions from viewers who are watching live right now. And Bing. Okay, we had Bing talk about a solo game, Kinfire Delve. Now, the one that's not solo, this is the one I wanted to bring up here. I forgot to do this while we were. Letters for Santa. Where is that? Letters for Santa. It's not in... Okay, let me bring this page up here. As you'll see here, Love Letter. The game Love Letter has... Did I see it here? Love Letter. There's so many different Love Letters. There is a Santa version, though. Huh. Love Letters to Santa game. Okay, there it is. Oh wow. Oh my gosh, this one's $75 on eBay. I was gonna say you could probably find this real quick, folks, but apparently not. Letters to Santa Celebrity Edition. No, no, no. This is the one here. I played this one. This is super cute. It's a Christmas version. Linnaeus, thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate you. Thanks for dropping in. We're talking about Letters to Santa. This is the Love Letter reskin, and it's the Christmas version, which is super cute. And I just saw right here it says $75 on eBay. I probably should have kept my copy then, right? Oh well. If you can track this down, friends, it's a wonderful addition to your holiday gaming. Yeah, I mean, it's Love Letter, but it's super cute and it's Christmas themed. So if you have the means to do so, check that one out. Love Letter or Letters to Santa. Wow, I didn't know it was like that much money. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's why you gotta save your games, I guess. But I got no room. As you can see, I've got no room for games right now. I'm gonna share a couple of mine that are on my list that I think would make a great holiday gift. Starting with this one here. Nope, that's not it. Here, Finspan. I did a solo run through of this. I really like this. Now, a lot of folks. Okay, so there's Wingspan, the original. Then we had Wormspan, and then now we have a Finspan. I felt like there was some people in the board game community, especially online, that were sort of like, poo-pooing this game. Like, how much more blank span can we have? And I really think that Finspan is the best introduction to the Wingspan series of games. I just feel like they've smoothed out a lot of things. It's just more intuitive. You are building your engine. You go down into the depths of each little part of the ocean here, and you're playing fish. I just think everything moves smoother, and I really think a lot about that video where Mandy Patinkin, it went viral. I think it was his son or someone, a friend of the family, or someone was trying to teach Mandy Patinkin, the actor, how to play Wingspan, and it was you could tell he was like, oh my gosh, I don't know. There was like so many rules, and if you think about it, we as gamers, if you're watching this, I think you're a hardcore gamer like I am. Well, maybe you're not. If you are watching this for watching channel for the first time, thank you so much for hanging out. Wingspan, it's definitely more than just a gateway game, right? There's a lot of stuff going on, and I think Wingspan or Finspan takes some of the things and just drills them down a little more, where smooths it out. It's not quite as like I don't know. I wouldn't say fiddly, but it really is less fiddly than Wingspan or Wormspan. Now, I have not played Wormspan. I know that one is a little more complex than Wingspan. I would like to play it someday, but I had a great time soloing, as you can watch here, soloing the game Finspan here. I love the theme. Of course, it's animals, it's fish. But here you are trying to get the eggs in there, which will sprout into schools of fish, which you get more points. And as you just read down your going down your fish in each column, you'll unlock those things like the engine building part of it, where you're going to build stronger actions and unlocking extra resources and stuff. But I really think, for my money, Finspan is the way to go when you're trying to introduce someone to the Wingspan world of games. So that's Finspan. Let's move on to another game that I really enjoyed this year. I'd like to recommend for last minute gift shopping. This one is Point Galaxy. Excuse me. Point Galaxy is the next step in the Galaxy system of games, or the Point system of games. We had the first one, Point Salad, super light drafting set collection game where you have a 3x3 grid of cards, and you're going to select two of them and then start building your own tableau. Point Salad is terrific with up to 6 players. It's so much fun. I played the heck out of it, still have it. The next evolution was Point City, which was a engine builder, so a small engine builder, and it had the resources you had to make your city buildings in. You bring those cities into your tableau, and then you'll have like a small engine builder that you can get more goods to build more buildings. Now this one, Point Galaxy, really I think by far it's the most complex of the three, but it's not like something like a super brain burner. But what's neat is they've kept the core game mechanisms, which I think is important. Because I like that simple, straightforward. Hey, take 2 cards every turn, put in your tableau, boom, that's all your turn. But with Point Galaxy, they really ramped up the complexity as far as scoring is concerned, because you have your planets, you have your moons, you have your asteroids, and then you have the suns. So each column that you build in your tableau, you can build as many as you want, but each one's going to score differently depending on what type of sun that you place at the top of it. And also there might be asteroids, and then there might be moons. But what really sets this game apart that I love is how you build your each column, how you build each galaxy in your solar system in your galaxy. So they have numbers on them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe. You could go either in ascending or descending order, but once you start down a path, you cannot change back and forth unless you use a wormhole. So there is one exception. So you're building like 1, 4, 6. That's fine. You could skip numbers, but you obviously want a lot of those numbers in, because the more planets you have to satisfy that scoring condition, the better. The wormhole will allow you to reverse track. So if I go 1, 3, 5, put a wormhole, then it's like, hey, now I can go 4, 2, 1, or whatever. So that gets you more planets. And then you have the rocket ships up there that give you extra points. If you get, I think it's 3 rocket ships in your tableau, you're going to pull one of those rocket tokens, which gives you another scoring option. Point Galaxy, friends, is a lot. It's great. I've loved this. As you can see, I'm playing it solo. I love solo gaming. The solo game is got a really neat system where you're just going against an AI, but they're basically going around the tableau. I think it's not 12 turns maybe, or something like that. And they're just going to take cards away from you, and they're going to score slightly different, but similar. They just don't build the tableau with everything. They just have the set symbols. But Point Galaxy, friends, cannot recommend it highly enough. I love this game, and I think you would too. So let's move on. The next game, by the way, I want to be totally transparent. I have done paid previews for some of these. Finspan, I didn't do a paid preview, but I did get the game for free from Stonemaier. I did do a paid preview for Point Galaxy. And the next one, I did a paid preview for Rahdo's channel. It is Big Sur. And again, I'm trying to be fully transparent, but the games that I do paid previews for the most part, I'm really familiar with the game, and I've agreed with the publisher to take some money and either live stream it or produce a video. This one here, Big Sur, I wasn't sure if I'd never heard of the game before, but when I read the rulebook, we get the rule books before we agree to do any video. I read the rule book. I saw the designer Mondo Davis. Just by his name alone, I'm immediately interested, because I think Mondo is producing some outstanding games that are easily approachable for new gamers. Yet this one, especially Big Sur, this might be his best one to date. He also did Colorfield, which I enjoyed as a light tile layer. But this one, it is a tableau builder, engine builder, and it's got this really cool theme of, okay, you are trying to build along Big Sur, the California Highway 1, Pacific Coast Highway, here in the west coast of California. But you're using the really neat hand management system where, okay, am I going to use this card for, as you can see there, am I using this card for the resource, or am I going to place it in my tableau and extend my road? Now, the road's got a couple of different icons. You want to make it as long as possible, but you also want to get the right icons in the right places so you can score bonuses based on some of the bonus cards that come out, the scoring cards at the top there. This card game really surprised the heck out of me. I love this one. Again, I did this for Rahdo, and I'd say about 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10 times we do not take games to do previews for, because we got a ton of requests and we turned down a lot of games. But this one I did not turn down, and I'm so glad I didn't. I love this. I was really fortunate that I got to do the video. So, of course, Rahdo he always gets first choice, but for some reason he passed on this. Maybe he just thought it was going to be a light card game, and it is a light card game as far as rules are concerned. But when you're actually playing it, much more going on than you would expect. I really love that. So, Big Sur, highly recommend. Card games, I love card games like this where it's simple to learn, but definitely got a lot more going on to it than you'd expect. So, simple to learn, difficult to master. I don't know about mastering it, but I really think it's a game that a lot of gamers sort of, I don't know if it flew under the radar, but definitely check it out, friends, if you can find yourself a copy. And it's a great gifting game. So these are all games that I recommend to not only play but also to gift, because I think the best way to gift something is, hey, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever holiday you celebrate, let's play. I'll teach you how to play it. So check that out. Now, we had just talked about the op. Another one that I did, again, totally transparent. I did a paid preview for this. This was one of my favorite games of this year, Fountains. This is a tile laying game, but as you can see here, I'm playing a solo game. Look at those tiles. Those are different. Those are not your standard tiles, polyomino tiles. And in Fountains, you're building this fountain, so the water needs to flow. And as you place these pieces together, there are two rules. Well, there's actually one rule for placement. Two corners, the dark bricks, must touch another piece. Now, you can build on top, which is really neat. I love the 3D aspect of this. But that's the one rule. The other thing that you need to focus on, you're going to be scoring different features, whether it's fish, lily pads, you'll get coins, etc., etc. But the thing you need to pay attention to, which I think, distinguishes itself, is the fountain, the water jet flow. Because you don't want any pond scum or pond weeds to grow because the water is just still dead. You want to make sure the water continues to flow, and you need to do that by placing fountains, jet streams they call it, in your higher level, so the water will flow. Because if they don't, you put these pond scum or pond grass things, tokens on them, and that means you cannot score those items. Like, you're gonna literally cover up like any fish that are there, because fish need, they need running water, friends. So it is a wonderful game. Highly, again, another one from the op that surprised me, because the op there, one of the games we talked about earlier, Flip 7, right? Super light card game base, family approachable, but Fountains. Oh, I just happen to have it here. Again, full disclosure, I did do a paid live stream for it, but Fountains, folks, legit solid tile lane. Sort of like there's that one, I think a couple of years ago, Acropolis. It's got a little bit of that in its DNA. Acropolis, as far as like 3D building, where you can build stuff on top. But what really is neat about this, what I like this better about Acropolis, is you'll see this here, if I can point it out right here. The scoreboard. I'm trying to point, I'm trying to get my pointer. It's not showing up. Anyways, where my hand was right there. See those 3 pawns? On your turn, you get to pick any one of those pawns and move it 1 or 2 spaces. Or maybe is it 3? It's been a minute since I played. You move that pawn, you take that tile. Now, if that pawn lands on its same color, so as you can see there's a white pawn, a brown pawn, and then a blue pawn. If that lands on the same color, like if white lands on the white space, you take your tile, place it, and then you're going to score that element. There are 3 different elements. So the blue is you're going to score how big your pool is, or how many pools you have. So each pool is, oh, there it is, a perfect zoom in. The brown one is for lily pads, and the white one, was that for fish? Yeah, anyways, each one represents a different thing that you can score, and once you land on it, you place your tile, then everyone scores at the same time. And the one that's like competitive is the pond one. You rank it versus everyone else. Who has the most pawns, you get X amount of points. Second place gets X amount of points. So, really terrific game. Cannot recommend it highly enough. Buy it for yourself or buy it for other folks. Hey, Rado's in chat. Hi, Rado. Rich, I hope you're doing well. Hello. Let's see. Let's get this comment up here. Why does this comment thing never work right? Again, the joys of doing it live. Rado says, I made a mistake on passing Big Sur. I played it now. It's my top 10 of the year. Folks, the man has said it himself right there. And I've loved it. I think it's outstanding. And we were just talking about. So thanks, Richard, for agreeing with me on that one. Appreciate it. Linnea said, played Big Sur with Variant Hex, and we were both pleasantly surprised. Yeah, I feel like that's one of those games, for, again, whatever reason, people, oh, it's a small box game, whatever. Maybe I thought the art was cute, but it's one of those games I really feel like it's flown under the radar this year. So take Rahdo's word for it, folks. It's excellent. Okay, let's continue with the holiday shopping here. What else do we have? Oh, this one. Wow, did I do another game by the okay. Now this one they didn't pay me to say anything. This one they did send a free copy, but I loved it. Becca Scott loved it. We played it on Good Morning Society. Was it last Gen Con? I think it was this last Gen Con when this came out, or was it? I don't know if it was this year or last year. It's all big blur. But Becca played this one at Gen Con. She loved it. She told me, you've got to play Tacta. I was like, cool. So I brought it to the studio during, excuse me, during Good Morning Society. We played this live, and it is fantastic. It's so... Now, this is what you think of with the Op, right? We were just talking about there are approachable, accessible games like Flip 7. There are more strategic games like Fountains. Tacta is one of those, almost like combines best of both worlds. It's super simple. You have a hand of cards. Take one card, place them on the table. You cover up the matching like corner or side, and then you play until all your cards are gone, and then whoever has the most of their symbols or their color wins. It's super simple, but it's way more strategic than you think, because you're trying to cover up the sides and the corners in a way that it covers up your opponent's colors or symbols. And that was what surprised me about this. And Becca and I had a really good match. I think she beat me by like 2 points or something like that. It was so close, but it is such a great game. Now, what's interesting is the table that you play at. I would recommend having a bigger table, because I was surprised by how much of this took. Like I don't know how far. I'm going to see. I'll bump it up here. Okay, we managed to stay on the table, but as you can see, we're getting close to the edges there. Yeah, I don't think we moved anything, but look how close. So this is a perfect game for a larger table. Now, I think it plays up to 4 or 5. I'm not sure how many, but you can look that up on BGG. But it is so good. Again, simple yet strategic. Dark Satanica says, tempted by Tacta, played it once and enjoyed it. Main reason I didn't get it was because I didn't think my kids would play. Yeah, and that's fair. I'm trying to see, I may bring this to the holiday, the holiday party at my brother's this year. I'm not sure if I will, just because we have tables, but most of our tables are taken up by food, and I don't know how this one I feel like needs a bigger table. Now, don't let that scare you off. Any gaming table you can play on in. But I just feel like for me, it was really nice to have it spread out like that. Dark Satanica says, 2-player was a big old table hog. Can't imagine it, Max. Yeah, okay, so there it is. Yeah, I've only played it 2 with Becca, and I forgot who else I played it with, but it's only been 2-player games, and yeah, it did spread out a bunch. So I'm not sure how much space this would take. Linnaeus says, who needs food tables when you can satisfy your appetite with board games? Yes. Is it satiate? Satiate, yeah. That doesn't sound right in my head. I don't know. That's why I said satisfy. Anyways, thanks for the fancy words, everyone. Let's move on to another game that I, excuse me, just played last night. Thanks, Linnaeus. I just played this, Saturday night. Remind me how good this game was. Now, friends, this one is a nice, crunchy game. So, for those of you looking for something to gift to someone that's really into brain burners, Tend. We played this on Good Time Society. Once again, a paid preview. Becca, myself, Ashley Morgan, and Shay Parker. This is one of the crunchiest roll and rides I've ever played. Like, it is right up there. Now I feel bad. I still have not played Hadrian's Wall. I know that one's really highly recommended. But I have played Twilight Inscription. And this one, 10, is fantastic. Oh, there's Ashley and Shay. It's like a sort of sci-fi-ish, where you're on a different planet, but you're just a farmer trying to tend to your crops. You can go fishing. And what this is, it's a flip and write. You're playing 12 rounds. And It's a shared, a deck of cards. So you're gonna have certain actions available each round, and you and your opponents can choose different ones. Oh man, I forgot how crunchy this was. On Saturday night, I went to my local gaming store, Critical Hit Games, Corona, California. Um, I played games there, and the one of the gentlemen there said, "Oh, I just got a new copy of Tend." I was like, "Cool, I played it before." When he went through the teach, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot how much this was, or like how much game there was in this." As you can see, we all have multicolored pens. You're going to use those to draw on your scorecard. You're going to actually have two scorecards. You have your one main sheet that you're going to, X out stuff, take different actions. And then you're going to have a secondary score sheet, which is your, is it not Mission Quest? I forget the name of it. Your manifest. So you're going to actually mark in your manifest the things that, some of the things that you've done. And then that's going to line up. And if you do complete a row, you get a free action. The other actions that you can do is tend to your farm, so you can grow crops. Each season they will grow, and you're going to turn over flip over a die that indicates how far they've grown. To me, it's bonkers how much stuff there is in this game. This is a crunchy Euro game rolling right, and I had such a great time. I've had great experiences with this at 4, and we played a 5-player game on Saturday. But here's my thing. This one is so crunchy that I want to play this solo so I can really dive into it. Because I don't know if you're the type of player. I'm the type of player where if I am taking too long on my turn and I can feel it, I'd rather just, take a turn. It may not be optimal, but I don't want, I want everyone to have a good time. And to me, I don't like to sit around while someone APs out their turn. It's just, to me, that's not fun. And that's why a crunchy rolling right like this one, like Tend, I feel like this would be a great solo experience, because then I can just sort of take my time, really try to figure out how I can optimize and be most efficient with all these, because it is combo-tastic, friends. That's what it really felt satisfying on Saturday night. So when I did this, spoiler alert, when I played with Becca and crew, I didn't do that hot. But on Saturday night, I remember some of the lessons I learned my first game, and I brought those in and was like, okay, now this feels a lot better. Where I figured out, okay, here's how I can combo here, here, and here. So there's turns where, especially towards later in the game, where you go from one thing to another, and it was really neat. Very satisfying. Having said that, it's a lot. This is definitely not a, hey, I'm going to buy this for my brother or sister or whoever that never plays board games. Not it. The Tend is from Ivy Studio. They do some of the highest quality games, so you're going to get this really nice as far as components, and this is something I think the hardcore gamer in life, will appreciate. A game like Tend. So as you can see here, you get dice. So you're going to be rolling dice when you go fishing. That's one of the actions. There are dice here that are going to represent your crops. So you'll take a die and you'll put it on your board, and then each season you'll flip the die to the next number, because that's how it grows. The pens, I think, are the really neat treat. If you get, I think it's the upgraded deluxe edition. Each marker, different color. And what's great is for each color they have separate symbols. So for me, who's colorblind, a red green, they have different symbols for those, so it's easy to tell. And what's the coolest thing is you flip the marker around, and on the other side, it's like a stamp. It's like, one of those rubber stamps where you ink it and stamp it. That's how this is in Tend. And when you stamp it, it has a unique symbol for each one. It's like you stamp the fish, it's got like a little fish symbol. You stamp the leaf, little leaf symbol, and so, or if I think that's for farming, I forget. But anyways, Tend, friends, highly recommend for the crunchiness in your life. Okay, let's take a look at some of these comments here. Thank you, friends. Dark Satanica was talking about Tacta, playing on the floor instead. Good idea. Foods and board games don't mix well anyway, Bing says. Nightmares of Cheeto fingers. Yeah, but here's the thing. Chopsticks. The greatest invention ever. For any kind of Cheeto or salty or sweet snack that has lots of dust, Cheetos. You'll never have Cheeto fingers again. Or chopsticks. You'll never have Cheeto fingers again. Manny Patinkin wouldn't like it. Yeah. Tend is definitely something a little more crunchy that Mr. Patinkin may not like, right? And Kookabreel says, "Hi, Captain. Just jumped in or rewatched later. Catch up. Thank you. Happy holidays to you, friend. Appreciate you, friends. Watch it on YouTube. You watch some of the recommendations for last minute holiday game shopping. Drop in the comments below your recommendations so everyone can get those last minute ideas shopping. And thanks again for watching. Be sure to click like and subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, everybody." Okay, that's it for YouTube and Twitch. I'm gonna edit that out, and then what I'm gonna do right now. Cheetos and chopsticks. Totally nightmare fuel. I can't believe I said that. Yeah, use your Cheetos to no. Friends, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna come back, and as a bonus, I'm gonna do my 5 games that I'm gonna play during the holidays. So think about the ones you're gonna play. So we just recommended games that you could shop. I've got games already. My bag of games for my brother's holiday party, it's all set. But I'm gonna take a quick break to set everything up. And take a bio break. You do the same. Thanks again for sticking around. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. Okay. I press this button. Right back. Okay, friends. Hello, hello, hello. We're back. Thank you for hanging out today. I am going to change this because we are now in the next portion of the stream today. What's the next portion of the stream? I'm glad you asked, Ruel. It's over here where I need to change the title. This is going to be 5 games playing during the holidays. That work? Yeah, 5 games I'm playing during the holidays. Yeah. So, and we'll talk about the ones I've already seen in chat. Thank you for all of these great suggestions. I'll bring those up as well. I'm going to bang out this list. Again, I'm doing this for YouTube, for the YouTubes and the Twitches and all the platforms. And we are going to talk about my 5 games, but then I'm going to talk about yours as well. So thank you for hanging out. I already see there's a couple on here y'all mentioned. I'm like, yeah, that's totally perfect for the holidays. Yeah, lots of them here. Yeah, oh man. Yeah. We'll talk about it in a second. Let me do this thing for the the internets. Speaking of the internets, where's okay, here, cool. All right. Excuse me. Hi friends, I'm Ruel Gaviola, and today I'm sharing the 5 games I'm playing during the holidays. Now I'm recording this live on Twitch and YouTube, so be sure to drop comments here and let us know what games you're playing during the holidays as well. First one I'm going to be bringing to my brother's house, because that's where we're going this year, is Strike. Strike is a classic. There's me and Michelle and Laura. This is family game night many years ago when we were first streaming here on Twitch and YouTube. But anyways, Strike is brilliant. You have dice. Everyone starts off with the same amount of dice. You're trying to be the last player standing. So you roll the dice. Anything that matches, you take out. Those are yours. But if it doesn't match, you're going to leave in the arena there, as you can see there. And you're going to decide, do I push my luck and try to get another one? And I roll dice, try to get a match? Or do I just pass? So if you pass, then the next player would go. They do the same thing. They roll one die, and then if it matches, whatever matches, you take. So again, you're losing dice every turn, but you could be taking some back. The fun part is when someone matches all the dice or they take out all the dice. So let's say there's 1, 3 remaining. I roll a 3. I take those out. The next person has to be all in. So they're rolling all their dice in there. And hopefully they match some, because if they don't, they're gonna lose a bunch of the dice. It is so much fun. This is actually our Strike World Championship that we had at home there many years ago. Such a good game. Oh, there we are doing silly Happy New Year stuff, apparently. But Strike, fans, get a copy. It's a perfect holiday game. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. The X. The X, if you roll an X, you just take that die out of the game. You've lost the die automatically. Great game. Highly recommend. Let's move on. I'm bringing Strike to the holiday party. What else am I bringing to the holiday party? Glad you asked, Ruel. I'm bringing Botswana. This is a redo or a new version of Wildlife Safari by the one and only Dr. Reiner Knizia, my favorite designer. And in Botswana, you are a wildlife photographer. You're going around taking photos of all these great animals in the wildlife, the safari, and you do this by playing cards in your hand and taking one of those really cute animal meeples. So you play any card, take any meeple. When one of those cards or one of the animals has, I believe it's 5 or 6 animals. I forget. I think it's 6. When there are all 6, there are numbers 0 through 5. Yeah, 6 cards. When any one animal gets that, the round ends and you're going to go to scoring. So whatever it ends, you're going to take the top card. So let me scoot the video up a little bit here. The top card on each animal when it ends. So as you can see here, we are going to be scoring. You just move all the cards up, and the final card that's remaining on each one, that's its value. So it's going to change throughout the round. Like if I start with a number 4, hey, a 4 lion. Lions are worth 4, great. But people can play other lions on there, like the 1 or the 5 or the 0. So there's a chance here, like in this example, meerkats, they're scoring 0 that round. So it's a really nice way of, manipulating a market of values of goods, right? In this case, animals that you're taking photos of. So all the meeples you have, you just score each one that many points. And then you play the number of rounds equal to the number of players, and then whoever has the highest score wins. And I really like it because there's a little bit of bluffing. Like, okay, I placed a number 1 lion, but I'm taking a meerkat. It's like, oh, what's real? Maybe he's got like the number 5 meerkat, etc., etc. A lot of like little meta gaming and all. Again, it is one of those titles by The Good Doctor where the rules overhead is really low and the gameplay is really strategic, tactical gameplay. I love it. So Botswana, folks, that's one of the 5 games I'm playing during the holidays. The next one I'm playing is a party game. This one I've absolutely loved ever since I played it a couple of years ago. This is Blob Party. This is like a perfect game for folks who don't play games or who prefer lighter games, or at a holiday party where you're eating, drinking, and being merry. This one I played with my family before. We actually there was a game day event at Michelle's hula studio. We were doing a fundraiser, and one of the games was Blob Party. So in Blob Party, everyone has a little piece of clay, and what you're trying to do is emerge into one big blob. And the way you do that is through these cards here. You're going to have a clue card and a category. So the current player is going to draw one of these, for instance, around the house. And they're going to draw 3 words. In this example, flower, soft, and beach. And the clue giver is going to select one of those. So for this round, around the house and flower. So what would you write there? So in this example, shout out to the Game Boy Geek. Dan did his video. Here's what he wrote. These are all 8 different players. They wrote vase, vase, surprise, succulent, pot, water, water, vase. So in this one, 3 of the players, that's the most, that's 3 players had vase. So they're going to merge into one blob. They are now a team. The people who did water, those 2 are going to pair up. They have a team. And then the pot and succulent, they're still single players. But you're trying to become one blob. In this case, 8 players. So you're trying to get all 8 into one. And you have 7 rounds to do it. So now the next player, so as you can see here, as Dan did, he's got 3 eyeballs. That's 3 players in one, 2 players in one, and then the singles here. So you're trying to merge into one big blob. It's so cute. Everyone has their different eyeballs and stuff. And as you can see there, look, Dan's just merged those. So the next clue, perhaps all 7 players got there. And then the 1 player is here. You got to get all 8 before 7 rounds is up, and that's how you win. It is a blast, friends. I love this game. I got this idea from Grant Lyon of Grant's Game Rex, also on the Rado channel. Grant did this big game at, I think it was the World Series of Board Gaming last year or 2 years ago, where he had everyone play in the audience. So it was like a 75-person game, and everyone, instead of little blobs, you physically, everyone had like a little board. Grant would give clues, and then we all wrote our answers, and then we would just, at the end of the time limit, everyone said, okay, who has, say an answer. Someone would say, then, okay, who said that answer? They all go to me. So me and like 20 people would be together, and then maybe 30 people in one group, and then maybe like a bunch of singles or whatever. So it's a great way to play a large game like this. You don't actually need the clay and the little eyeballs, but we did this at Michelle's fundraiser for her Hulu studio, and I think it was like a 50-person game, and it was great because the age range, it was like from very young to very old. A lot of non-gamers, some casual gamers, then there's a couple of hardcore gamers, and it worked well, and it was great. I think we did it just in time. It was either the 6th or the final 7th round where we all got together. I love that moment of everyone, just a big cheer. We did it. It was so much fun. And Blob Party, again, you could get multiple copies and play with the clay here, but for my money, you can just do it with a big group. And that's what we're going to do during the holiday party, because we have more than 8 people at our holiday party. So I'm going to say, hey, if anyone wants to play, we're just going to do this. All you need is I'll just give pieces of paper or whatever, and you can play Blob Party. So that's another game I'm playing during the holidays. What's the other game you're playing, or other 2 games you're playing, Ruel? I'm glad you asked, Ruel. The next one I'm playing is Pina Colada Dice. Now, the reason why I'm playing this one is because I love chucking dice. As you saw there, my first choice, strike. Now this one is more along the lines of Yahtzee. So you roll the dice and you're trying to make Yahtzee-like hands. Those are like poker hands. So for instance, three of a kind, a full house, which is a three of a kind and a pair, a straight, so 1, 2, 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or you're making different pairs of different numbers, right? Pina colada dice, which is such a very just a nice little variant on Yahtzee. What it does that makes it different and really unique is it has these coasters. Each coaster, again, very thematic, Pina colada dice, has a different combination. And on your turn, you roll the dice, and just like in classic Yahtzee fashion, you roll the dice, you can lock some numbers, re-roll, and then lock some more, and then re-roll for a third time. Your final result, and any time before 3 rolls is fine too, you pick one of those coasters and put one of your scoring tokens on there. As you can see here, I've scored 2 pairs of 2 2s and 2 4s. I'm looking at what to do. There are some other ones besides the classic Yahtzee combinations. There are ones that have specific numbers. So if your 5 dice total 20 or more, put it on that space, or 8 or less, put it on this space, whatever. You put your scoring token there, you score the points that's on the corner. Here's the twist that I love about this. If you place one of your scoring tokens adjacent, orthogonally adjacent to the one that you just scored, you're going to get an additional point, right? It's a bonus point for being together. And then the coolest thing, which I've seen, I think, happen once, and I love it when this happens. If you can get 4 in a row, either orthogonally up and down or diagonally across, 4 in a row, you just automatically win. Game over. It just, boom, stops. Otherwise, I think it's a race to 20 points or whatever, whoever has the most wins. I love that spatial element to this. I love that you can do like Connect 4 meets Yahtzee with a little twist here. There's also an advanced variant where you're going to get bonus actions. Another one. I felt like people slept on this one because they hear Yahtzee, especially of all of us hardcore gamers, like Yahtzee, okay, yeah, it's been done a million times. Don't sleep on Pina colada dice, folks. It's a lot of fun, especially at holiday gatherings where, number one, you're going to run into a lot of folks or family members who aren't gamers, hardcore gamers. And number two, even if they're not gamers, almost everyone's played Yahtzee or has played some form of it where it's going to seem familiar enough like, oh, I know how to play this. I roll, I pick numbers, I roll again if I want to. And then those numbers, in Yahtzee, you score pad it. In Pina colada dice, you just put a scoring token on one of those coasters. How easy is that, right? Highly recommend, and that's why I'm bringing it to the holidays. I've got one more for you folks. The last one I'm going to bring. This is a super simple game. Again, I played this at that fundraiser I was just talking about, Michelle's fundraiser, where it worked for a lot of young folks, but also folks that want a light game, but really an engaging game. This is Fairy. This is a small box game. It's literally just maybe 25 cards in there. This is Steph and Michael from Steph Plays All the Games. Thanks for letting me use your video. In this one, you can see that Steph and Michael are holding a scorecard. You keep score with your thumb. Look at that. Michael's got, I can't really tell what number that is. That's how many points you, that's how you keep track of your points. It's the first of 15 points, I believe. And in this case, Michael's got 50. I don't know what Steph has. But you take turns. You're going to decide what's the next card going to be, right? So that's numbered 1 through 20. There are 3 fairies in the game, and you're going to use hand gestures. So you're either going to choose, is the next card, do I think the next card is going to be higher, lower, the same suit, or is it going to be a fairy? I forget the hand gestures, but they're going over the point scoring here. Let me see if I can move up a little in the video here to see. Okay, yeah, see, there's the hand gesture. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, decide. Steph and Michael, okay. So Steph, I don't know what she did a single. So this is what happens. You reveal the card. Did you do it correctly? Yes. Steph looks really happy. So she must have done a fairy or so. I don't know. Anyways, if you score the way you score it, I think it's fairies are worth 7 points. So it's a big jump, but there's not many fairies in the deck, of course. The other thing you can score is it higher? You get or is lower or the same suit. So each correct guess that you get will get you 2 points. Unless you select the suit. If you think it's going to be the same suit, then you're going to get 4 points. But of course, 7 points if you think it's going to be a fairy. But again, there's the fewest amount of fairies there. So this is great. Look at that. So they thought they was going to go higher. I went lower, so they don't score any points. Or maybe, I don't know what they did there. Anyways, super simple game. And this is one of those games where You can play with younger folks. I think all the like my goddaughter and well, my niece is she's much older than my goddaughter now, but anyways, goddaughter and friends, they're easily played it, and it's super cute. And fairy folks, highly recommend. Again, perfect for younger gamers and gamers who aren't really into gaming. It's a quick 10-minute game, if even that, and super simple. Folks, thanks again for watching. I'm going to continue this list, not with my choices, or not with the games I'm playing for the holidays, but folks who are watching live on YouTube and Twitch. I want to give them some love as well, because they're watching and they got some great suggestions, including Linnea's Cabal. My holiday games will most likely be Flip 7. Bought a copy for my in-laws. Well done, Linnea. Crokinole, bringing my board to Christmas. And hopefully during our break, Matt and I will play another campaign of Elder Scrolls. I love that. I love that. That is the type of game, Elder Scrolls, you're going to dive deep in that. I'm still hoping that I can talk to Linnea and hopefully have her teach me via the magic of the internet. Because I've got my unopened copy here. It's a lot. It's a ton. It's so heavy. But I would like to play it at some point. But Flip 7, great holiday game at the holiday gathering. And Crokinole as well. You got to bring your Crokinole board, folks, and have some fun with the greatest dexterity game of all time. Gamer Eye in the Sky, let's see if they got any comments here. Let's see. Dark Satanica, possibly Christmas edition Monopoly. Kids like that one. Hey, a classic, a well-worn, and, you know, it's the classic of classics, folks. And let's see. Gamer Eye Sky. Okay, here it is. Final Girl Krampus. Roll Camera with the Xmas, the Christmas expansion. Nice. Snowfall Over Mountains, a great solo game. Tile Lane, little Tile Lane game. Got to try to get in a game of Boop, Deck the Halls, and Snowtail surrounded all my snow-themed games. I love it. That's a great way to approach it. Holiday games, you get your snow-themed games. I've got Holly Jolly, a great card game that is Christmas-themed. I won't bring it to the holiday party, but maybe Michelle and I, we played it before. Maybe we'll bring that just to play amongst ourselves. Roll Camera, amazing game. I do not have the Christmas expansion, the Xmas expansion, but brilliant game. I love this choice here. B. Travis says, gotta go with Don't Get Got for any holiday gathering. Agreed. We played this a few years ago. Maybe I'll bring it back. Oh, man. Folks, Don't Get Got. Don't sleep on that one. That is another one that you can play. It's hilarious. Basically, what you're trying to do, everyone's like got 3 secret missions, and you're trying to complete those throughout the night, throughout the gathering. It's a perfect convention game, perfect holiday party game. Anything where you're doing stuff, it's a game that you sort of just play in the background. So as you're doing other things, either eating or being merry or playing games, you're in the back of your mind, it's like, oh, how do I get so-and-so to say this phrase or to do this action, right? It could be something as silly as, you know, hey, have someone repeat themselves, right? So it's like, you know, maybe later in the party, you say, oh, yeah, what's that? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Repeat. Ah, you got. And then you show the little, your little mission, and you mark that off. You get 3 missions, you win the game. It's brilliant, folks. Don't Get Got is a perfect party game, perfect holiday game. We played it a couple of years ago. My nephew won, and he couldn't have been happier. As far as Game of the Family, gamer, I say, Nana. I love Nana. Christmas edition, I'll have to get that. Another vote for Flip 7. Dark Satanica got Pentaquest and Arion that are both Yahtzee-like. Very nice. Dig Down Dwarf. I've heard good things about that. We're putting this right here because Linnea says, I'll be happy to teach you. Yes, thank you, Linnea. As far as, it's on Tabletop Simulator as well. We're talking about Elder Scrolls. Okay, and thank you, Linnea. And thank you, Big Travis, for gifting all the subs here on Twitch. I really appreciate it, my friend. That is so kind of you. Folks, I'm going to wrap it up on that note. I think that's a great note to wrap up the holiday cheer. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, thanks again. Be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave comments below as far as what games you're going to be playing during the holidays. All right. And be sure to check out my other video, what games I'm gifting during the holidays in our last minute gift guide. All right. Thanks again. Take care. So long and happy holidays, friends. Bye. Okay, that's for YouTube. Folks, that's it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. B. Travis, thanks so much. I don't know what happened to my Twitch things here. My alerts. It's supposed to alert me and when you get, but thank you, friend. I really appreciate that. Folks, shout out to B. Travis. Appreciate the subs, the gift subs, and Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everybody. I think we're going to end on that note. Is there anything else we need to cover? I don't think so. I may or may not stream next week. I had planned on it, but I may take it off. I haven't decided yet because I sort of have some games I want to play online with y'all, and I think we may do that. But definitely, no Good Morning Society this week. We are dark. The studio's dark the next 2 weeks, so no show. And then stuff like Critical Hit Games. We're taking a break on that as well. I may do a solo stream for them soon, but I need to go shopping for reals. And also, we have some guests coming over tomorrow, some family, so got to help clean up the house a little bit. And anyways, folks, probably see you after the Christmas holiday, but hopefully before New Year's. But if I decide not to, I wish all of you the merriest of Christmases, the happiest of holidays, whatever you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate, cool too. It's been another great year, and I can't do this without your support. So thank you, all of you, for hanging out with me, recommending games. Some of you play games with me on BGA. I appreciate it. Don't forget to join the Discord community. If you don't, we hang out offline sometimes. And I'll just drop the link in chat there. Happy holidays, friends. Be safe. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to each other. And why don't we raid someone, and then I'll get out of here. Let's go find someone to raid. Who are we going to raid? Oh, by the way, shout out to BGG for hosting. They've been hosting for over a year now. Thank you so much, BGG. Let's see. Who's playing board games right now? Is Bonds on? Okay, it looks like Bonds is on. So we're going to go raid Bonds. Yay. I didn't know Bonds was streaming right now. It looks like she's streaming some Ark Survival Ascended. Let's go over there, friends. Send some love to Bonds. We're friends with Bonds. Much love to you all. Thanks again. And we're going to raid Bonds. All right. Be safe, everybody.